Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness, it is a great time to be a Beaver. What an amazing day to celebrate the achievements of one of the most decorated student athletes in the 150-year history of this university. Before we do that, I'd like to pay special thanks to some of the folks that made today possible. Lori Fulton, Manager, Designer, Constructions. Where are you, Laura? Are you here? Okay. Christina Vinson, Project Manager. Thank you. Bill Coslow, Landscape Management Supervisor. Bill, you here? Thank you so much. And Ryan Boucher, who is our Associate Athletic Director for Facilities and Events. Where are you, Ryan? You around? Okay, he's probably busy getting ready for some other events today. Also, special thanks to our Deputy AD, Dan Bartholomew, and Steve Clark, our Vice President for University Relations. And all had a big part in this, and you will be blown away by what you see momentarily. So, folks, it was October 20th, 1968 in Mexico City, exactly 50 years ago tomorrow, when Dick Fosbury surpassed 39 other Olympians on his way to a gold medal. There were 80,000, yes. There were 80,000 fans in attendance. As I talked to my friend Bud Ossie, he suggested that today was about the weather that was there in Mexico on that day. And that was a day that not only 80,000 people were watching, but the world was watching the Fosbury flop for the first time. On that fateful day, Dick's unique style caught the attention of the entire track world and changed the high jump forever. As noted in his new book, The Wizard of Foz, and if you haven't read that, please do. It's a delightful read, and congratulations, Dick. Great book. Dick describes himself as relatively obscure as a high school student athlete. In fact, one of the worst prep student athletes in the state of Oregon in his early years. Obviously, he bounced back. His rise wasn't meteoric, but it was profound. He improved from the height of 5'4" as a 15-year-old freshman at Medford High School to an incredible 7'4" on his way to earning an Olympic gold medal at the age of 21. It was 5 decades ago here, right here, the site of Old Bell Field, where Dick's work on his craft was developed. And so fitting for us now today to celebrate his accomplishments, memorializing really his legacy right here today where it all took place in terms of his work. To begin that celebration, it is with great pleasure that I introduce you to the 19th president of our great university, and in 15 years has transformed our university in countless ways. Let's give a big hand to Dr. Ed Rick.
Thank you, Scott. Good afternoon. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Are there any student athletes here now? All right, be strong. Let me ask you, however, to indulge me. We are not going to spend a lot of time talking about the fact that Dick Fosbury accomplished what he did by ignoring his coaches. It's really wonderful to be here with all of you today. We gather to honor Oregon State University alumnus Dick Fosbury for his innovative spirit and his true Beaver tenacity that changed track and field forever. Scott mentioned the book. If you haven't had a chance to talk to Dick, and I hope you do, one of the things you'll learn about him reading the book is He sees himself as just an ordinary guy trying to make the team so he could be part of something. And he actually gets you believing maybe you could high jump 7 feet 4 inches and a quarter. Don't try it. It's just, he's a very down-to-earth kind of guy and a wonderful person to know. We also honor his gold medal high jump victory in the 1968 Olympics through an impressive new work of art on this beautiful campus, and I hope nobody cheated and took a look. By happy coincidence, Ellen Dixon, the sculptor of this wonderful piece, is part of a remarkable Oregon family with deep connections and great support provided to this university, the University of Oregon, and OSU Cascades, and they've been tremendous benefactors of so many important programs and aspects of this state. You will next hear from Ellen, but before then, please welcome Ellen's mother, Willie, and her sister, Amy Dixon, who are able to be here with us today. It is appropriate that we honor Dick Fosbury as we near the close of OSU 150, the 15-month celebration of Oregon State's 150th anniversary. OSU 150 has not just been an anniversary celebration, it has been a milestone opportunity to share with the world how OSU and members of Beaver Nation have actually transformed different aspects of the world we live in. Dick Fosbury stands tall in this regard as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of his historic Olympic moment. I recall watching the '68 Olympics in Palo Alto, California while pursuing graduate studies at Stanford University. If I recall correctly, a Russian high jumper was the heavy favorite in that event, and he, like all of the other competitors at the time, faced the high jump bar as he sought to clear it. That is, all high jumpers save one. That sole exception we all know now was Dick, who approached the bar in a long, looping run, arching his body and clearing the bar backwards. While novel and entertaining, few thought Dick was a real threat to win the gold medal. But he did, setting a new Olympic and American record at 7 feet 4 1/4 inches. Dick's innovative high jumping technique that came to be known as the Fosbury flop set a new gold standard that is almost universally used by high jumpers around the world today, and I would venture is used by everyone who ever wins a competition. Through hours of practice while enrolled at Oregon State, many of them surely in the rain, right here on the former site of Bell Field, Dick perfected his signature high jump style. There is no doubt that Oregon State's graduates represent the most important contribution that we make to the future. And quite simply, Dick Fosbury represents that contribution remarkably well. I doubt that there have been, and in fact I bet there have not been any other engineering students who use their analytical skills to help advance their performance to a gold medal. Dick was a student athlete in the best sense of the term. We are honored to commemorate him prominently here today on the Oregon State University campus. Congratulations, Dick, on your many achievements in sport, in civic leadership in Idaho, and athletics, and in fact, athletic leadership around the world. Thank you very much.
Well, it's now my great honor to introduce the artist herself, Ellen Dixon. Ellen Dixon has worked for 25 years completing public and private commissions independently and as part of artist teams throughout the state of Oregon. Her work is held in the collections of the Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art, the University of Oregon, George Fox University, and the Peace Health Medical Center. Her figurative sculpture is executed bronze, and she also works in cut fabric and steel. Ellen has taught sculpture at OSU and has an ongoing position as an instructor of figurative sculpture and drawing at Lane Community College in Eugene. We are delighted to have Elaine with us, and we so appreciate her excellent work and professionalism. Let's bring up Ellen.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be part of this day and the opportunity it brings to honor Dick Fosbury and his world-class accomplishments. It's been over a year and a half since Brian Van Fleet called to share his post-retirement quest with me. Brian's dream? To see a physical marker placed at Oregon State University commemorating the undergraduate achievements of his friend Dick Fosbury. I remember watching the 1968 Olympic Games with my father, Don, an avid jogger and track fan. Dick Fosbury and his flop became the pride of Oregon with his Olympic record gold medal in the high jump and the transformative innovation it brought to the sport. Brian's enthusiasm for recognizing Fosbury was compelling, and hearing the arc of his amazing story had me ready to enlist. Though I live in Eugene, my fondness for OSU is longstanding. My daughter earned her doctorate here last year, and many of my students from Lane Community College have completed their degrees at the university. Several years ago, I taught sculpture here while Professor Tom Morandi was on sabbatical. Through these experiences, I have been consistently impressed by the depth and rigor of OSU programs and the hands-on involvement demonstrated by faculty and expected from students. Oregon State is a beautiful campus, and I was captivated by the thought of creating a sculpture to be sited here. For me, an intriguing story well told is public art's ultimate goal. So before Brian could finish describing his plan to meld Fosbury's story, a rendering of the flop, and the actual 7 foot 4 1/4 inches measured by the Olympic jump, I was sifting ideas to make it so. The deadline for installation, October 20th, 2018, the 50th anniversary of Dick's gold medal. These goals were concise, but countless approval, funding, and site location questions still remained. When we parted, Brian resumed his solitary effort to boost awareness and support for the program on campus, for the project on campus, while I dove into the mind game of creating harmony between the components of our sculpture went forward. Months passed when OSU's formal commitment was announced. Now time was shorter, with less than a year before the anniversary. All types of artwork were being considered. To bring a sculpture